Oh man. So, got a confession to make, guys. The last couple of weeks, I haven't been really happy with the artwork that I've been producing. Just haven't been. It's just hasn't been up to par, honestly. Even the last video was just, the drawing was cool, but it wasn't it. And I wasn't sometimes artists, we go through this and we have to kind of figure it out. That's why I would say that artists and athletes are very similar, because athletes, they go into slumps sometimes where they can hit the basket or hit a baseball or throw a pitch perfectly, but then all of a sudden it's gone, and we don't know why or where it comes from. And I think it's the same with artists. Sometimes we can draw the perfect drawings and paint the perfect paintings and all that good stuff, and then all of a sudden it's gone and nothing works. And I think what that is I think that comes from our incessant need to always grow. And because of that need to grow, I think sometimes that's when it's easiest for us to get discouraged by the art that we're producing. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about on this video, was understanding that sometimes when you're creating something, it's and you're not liking what you're creating, it may not be because you suck or anything like that, because that's a lot of artists, we default to that. Oh my God, I suck. I'm the worst artist in the world. And honestly, the past couple of weeks, I kind of was having these same feelings. So, and I'm a vet, pro, whatever you want to say. So these things happen. And I'm talking especially to my younger artists. So you kind of, because you want to tell people about things to have them prepared for what's to come and how to deal with those things. So those feelings sometimes come into play because we are expecting ourselves to create a certain way, and we're expecting our creations to come out a certain way. And when they don't, it's disappointing. It's completely disappointing. And for the past couple of weeks, most of everything I created was really disappointing. And it took me a minute to really figure it out. It always takes you a minute to figure it out. Even though eventually I always know when I kind of like, oh, this is a growth period. I need to grow as an artist. Something's not right. I need to work on something. I need to build up a skill and, start approaching my art with a different mindset. This same old mindset is not working anymore. It needs to advance. So I always end up at that point, but I never know when I'm going to hit that spurt. Those are the type of things that I wanted you guys to understand and think about when you're kind of having a difficult time with your art, or when your art is just not really giving you, I guess, the satisfaction that maybe that you feel it should. That's mostly because you are in a growth period and you have to expand out and grow, for lack of a better word. In my case, this growth period for me was revisiting and rediscovering my understanding of color, how to use it, and what does it mean, and what does it mean for me as an artist. And it's something I really thought about for like the past at least week and a half. I started experimenting with color earlier this week. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw some of my color experiments. And it led me to painting and using acrylics, which is, I've used acrylics and watercolors. Those are my paint mediums whenever I paint. So I was kind of, I was ready for that part. I was like, oh, okay, so I must want to start back painting again, which was cool. What happened is that for some reason I didn't want to start back painting the way I normally set up my paintings and all of that type of stuff before. I had this burning desire to do something different, to try different techniques. And as I stumbled upon, okay, I want to start back painting, the desire to use these new techniques became greater and greater and greater and greater. And this is how this painting, check that out. That's how that painting came to be. And basically my journey to create that painting was, it was actually a week in the making, but it really only could, the painting itself only took like a day and a half. But to get to the point was about a week. It was a week of just being in my head, thinking, looking at different techniques, looking at different things, and trying to figure out how to bring my artistic sensibilities to painting. And I think moving forward, you're going to see me do more paintings on the channel, because that seems to be a component that was missing from me artistically, that I feel needs to be brought to the channel. Does that mean I'm going to stop doing comics? No, actually, I got a ton of comics works to do. So I got that. I got a ton of pinups and all that type of stuff I got to do. But I also like to paint, and I think I can do some different things with painting. So I definitely wanted to do that. Let's talk about this painting for a second. First off, to start this painting off, I used Liquitex paints, and these were the Liquitex Basics. So it takes a little bit more work because it's not the heavy body paint that the pros would use as often. But it's cool because I was just really, this is a project really to just kind of kickstart me into this new chapter. So what I did first is I laid down blue and then mixed it with black, trying to make sure that I covered every area of the canvas. And that's where I realized one of the things I wish I had done, I wish I had gessoed first, because I ended up putting on a ton of layers. So this canvas now has a real tooth to it. Now, it ended up cool, but I think moving forward, make sure that I'm going to gesso beforehand, sand down, and all that good stuff. But again, one of the things that I like to do is that when I'm just when I'm thinking and ready to act, I just act. And whatever I have at the moment to make it work, I just make it work. And then I'll get the right things or the perfect accessories as I move along. But I had paint, I had canvases, I had brushes. That's all you really need. So you just got to jump into it and get to work. So that's what I did. So I laid down the blue and the black. I got this nice dark background. So I knew the drawing was going to be really, really moody. And then I had to find a reference picture. And one of the things that I also realized about myself is when I'm doing a reference, I really don't want to see, I don't want to have color reference. Well, I want to have color, but I don't always need color reference. I need black and white, because for some reason that helps me see values. I don't know why, it's just a weird quirk that I have. Most artists are probably like, no, you shouldn't be able to do that. That's just me. It's just one of my weird oddity quirks. I see value better in black and white, and then I can translate it better in color. Again, it's a weird quirk. That's all I can say. It's a weird quirk. But that also helped me out, and I didn't even realize it was going to help me out until it helped me out, and I was like, why are my colors working better? And then I hit it, it's like, oh, because I can see the values in the black and white picture, and then I can just choose the colors, and it just works. That was something that I learned this weekend that I didn't really know until I really tried this out. Now, the one great thing about acrylics is acrylics can be either real opaque or transparent. Of course, you can cut them with water and everything like that to make it work the way you need it to. The great thing about acrylics is that once I had the base down, I could then rely on my drawing skills to lay down an underdrawing. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can do the underdrawing. A lot of people get transfer paper, transfer over and make it perfect, and then lay over a wash over the artwork, and then they'll paint over it as they go. Or sometimes you just freestyle it and you just draw directly on there, because the paint's so opaque, it's going to cover up any of your lines that you use. And that's what I did. I just kind of freestyled it, and it came out really great. And that's one of the things that I also learned, is just sometimes I like kind of just freestyling stuff. If I have something where I need some specific things, then of course I'll draw it out first. But man, freestyling and then being able to just lay in the colors the way I needed to lay in the colors, you can't beat that. And that really worked for me. And then just kind of finishing it off, I felt like I really had a good game plan going into this. And that's the one thing I also would like to say. When you guys are doing your art, sometimes it's good to just start. But while you're in the just start mode, which is why I was really happy that I did the background paint first. While you're in start, because I'm in start mode, and then it allowed me the time to think out how I wanted to attack this painting and what I wanted to do and what I wanted to accomplish. And then that allowed me to create my game plan for this painting, because I now had that background. I could see the background. I could see kind of, okay, I can make the shadows do this, and I can blend here and do that. I had that in the back of my mind, so when I got to the office today, I was able to put it down and get it to come out. So once again, this bad boy right here, do that because there was a glare. This bad boy right here is kickstarting off another, I guess you say, chapter aspect for the channel. So expect to see more acrylic paintings moving forward in the future. And yeah, I think that's going to add a brand new dimension to it. So we're going to start doing a lot of different stuff. So hopefully this will also lead to maybe doing murals, which is something that I've been very interested in getting back into doing. Used to doing back in the day, haven't done any in a while. So you never know. Might start with a wall in this studio. You never know. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please go ahead and give it the big thumbs up, and share this all over the internet. And if you're new to the channel, like say, what's up? Hope you guys like what you saw, and if you did, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join the family. If you guys want to get a hold of me, you can reach me at Twitter and Instagram at DKG72. I have a Facebook fan page and a TikTok, that's David Gordon 72. And if you really like what you see on the channel and you want to support, go ahead and hit me up on Patreon. The link is in the description below. You can choose a tier, and there will be a new tier coming soon. Won't say what it is until I actually get it to that point, but there will be a new tier coming soon that I think you guys will really like. But other than that, guys, I just wanted to say, moving forward, when you have an idea or you really are thinking to do something, just get started with it. Just start, and then bring in the things that you need as you go. Because if you don't, you just procrastinate and you never get it done. So make sure you just start, and always keep your eye on planning and trying to make yourself better. And I think that's what we all need to do as artists, and that's what I did this week and into this weekend. And I'm a happier camper for it. I actually feel good about my art, and that's what the story is about. Me going from not liking my art to feeling good about my art. So since I feel great about my art, I just wanted to tell you guys how I felt great about my art and why. But yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.